Yeah, hi guys, Sharath here. Today we have my brother Siddharth, who has a lot in common with me, with us today. So yeah, he has 5 years experience in Infosys as an analyst, and he also has an MBA degree in marketing, uh, which is an interesting thing that we will be covering later on today. So yeah, yeah, hi Siddharth, how are you doing?
I'm great, brother. So I'm very excited to be part of your podcast because I have looked up to you my whole life. Even though we have a lot in common, we are literally polar opposites. Like you are an introvert, I am an extrovert. But I always admired your passion towards your work. You never give up. You have the resilience. Whatever hardships you face in your life, you uh, give a huge comeback. I always admired that. And I was very happy when I first heard about your company, Liberty Quill. I was really excited to see the product in my mobile. Why don't you share how did you start this and your journey of Liberty Quill?
Oh, that's very kind of you, Siddharth. So let's unpack Liberty Quill. That's an interesting point that you touched on. Actually, it's about myself being an introvert and yourself being an extrovert. I mean, the people kind of energize you when you are an extrovert, and kind of the opposite is for the introvert, I guess. I also understand how I feel about the environment kind of creates a lasting impression for us, I guess. Let's say when you're an extrovert, like you say, you wanted to be surrounded by good people, and then you want to be surrounded in a good room, right? Maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive to the environment. Maybe that's why I'm an extrovert or something. So Liberty Quill is kind of like an environment that we are creating that will help us have a better clarity in the noisy world. So that is the main idea, and it will the quills are basically an insight from our perspective, like an opinion piece of something. And we've been posting some opinion pieces that has been affecting the culture for some time, I guess. I believe in a positive way. So I believe this could help a lot of people if they, choose themselves to be in the libertical environment and the community that we are trying to build. Um, I've always believed that we can only succeed in life by helping other people. I think you would agree on that as well. So this is me trying to contribute to the society in some way that I'm good at, I guess. So that's a humble take on that.
Oh, that's really great. In these times, people tend to get more, like more selfish. Like they concentrate only on themselves and their families. Very few people rarely, like they tend to serve the society. I am really glad that you are one of such people. And let me, talk about my first impression when I saw Liberty Quill. My first impression is like, wow, this is similar to in shorts, but I found the difference as well. Where in shorts is entirely about the facts. Liberty Quill has opinions. People buy facts all the time. They don't care because fact is universal and. Coming to opinion, opinion is very personal. So people are little averse to consuming opinions. You are trying to add a personal touch. The personal brand matters. For example, if Elon Musk gives his take on some matters, people tend to notice and they listen. So that's the thing about opinions. If you want to grow your Liberty Equal, you have to build your personal brand as well. And I wanted to ask you, what are the core values behind Liberty Equal?
Sure, I'll just unpack your answers a little bit further. Yeah, before explaining about the values about these things. Yeah, that's a really interesting point that you touched. The founder image and the founder person's actual success in life and their opinion kind of has to go in hand. Without that, there is no there is has to be some way to help other people in what you're good at. And what I'm good at is somewhat of analytical thinking and insights. And yeah, if that helps a lot of people, I'm a happy man. So that is one thing. I think every one of us believes gives some value to their work and their society, and I guess, and I just wanted to make sure when I'm giving some value, it would actually help people, not to harm them in any way. So this is most of my our understanding, I guess, comes from literature. And a lot of our worldviews are shaped by our literature and what we read and consume, the movies and everything, I guess. I'm a big um, fan of Ayn Rand and her work, basically, that has influenced me from childhood. So, individual responsibility and individual freedom. So, to quote Ayn Rand, the smallest minority on that is an individual. So, when we decided to build an app, we didn't want to favor some sort of political spectrum or something. We wanted to be in favor of individual liberty and the individual responsibility. So these are the people that we want to build a community around. So and I've been influenced by other thinkers as well. So I understand the more people are exposed to good uh, influence, people's thinking and life will get better, I guess. So what's your take on this? And I want you to uh, speak a little bit more about your exposure to culture, literature, and things as well.
You were talking about individual and responsibility and building a community behind it. So I am 30 years old and I have lived in multiple cities, uh, different states in India, and even I went for US for my higher studies. So by since I'm an extrovert by nature, I have talked with a lot of people. I can make friends easily. So my take on individual is I used to be an athlete in undergraduate. I was really fit, but due to my IT and primarily due to the night shift, I gained a lot of weight. And by the time I joined MBA, I was literally overweight. The maximum weight I was in 106.5 kgs. But I realized soon, and thank God for Corona, because I was able to, get into a perfect lifestyle where within 2023, that is 3 years, I was able to lose 43 kgs. That is one of the I would say that is one of my successful success I have achieved in my life. So, what people think is they think a discipline is what will restrict them. So, that's a huge myth. Actually, it's the opposite. A discipline will set you free. They may seem like they are restricting you, they are bounding you. But if you see, discipline is all about you will sacrifice your like a short-term pleasures to get long-term pleasures. If you avoid instant gratification, you will taste the real success. That's what I have learned. And talking about responsibility, I've been in autopilot mode for almost more than half of my life. I tend to do what I've been told or what I see. But this, this Corona period, it made me spend time myself, and I realized a lot about me. I understood more about me, and I perfected my lifestyle, and I came out of that autopilot. So I realized my purpose, what I really want, what is my nature, what I want from my life, what I can give people. So that's what I understood.
Yeah, Siddharth. So that's an interesting perspective that you brought together. Like what you're saying is, you've been an extrovert, and that environment has been shaping you in some ways, and the COVID kind of brought that to remission, and you have to be in a different environment inside, and that made self-reflective ways, and that kind of made you think in a different way. I guess so. Yeah, I guess I guess it all comes to environment and the people in it. That's why I believe Liberty Quill is important, because it brings a better environment. Because uh, every news article that you're getting out of Liberty Quill is someone else's job to write this article, so will be responsible in writing them. And when it comes to our opinions, also we are very much responsible for what people have to do about the individual liberty and how they should process this event happening. And I believe we are in some ways creating that environment for people to that would help them.
Okay, yeah, that's a like that's a great idea because I always wanted to create a community with a the like-minded individuals and the growth people with the growth mindset, particularly my age, like age set. So what I have realized is like um, building a community. Uh, it's I prefer like a face to face. I know it's not feasible, but people can't hide their intentions when they have a face to face conversation, because in online we can't. People can easily like hide their true intentions. They can easily fake something. But it's still like on the long run, people those fake people or with the opposite intention, they tend to get eliminated. The feasible method is you have to continue it for the long run. So that's when like the true community gets built. It's like a saying, like when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So
Mhm.
the another thing is you were talking about the environment. I very much agree with that because one of my favorite books is The Outliers, where the author will be talking about how if you were born in a different month, it will affect your life entirely. And if you are born in a different year or a different decade, it will definitely change your like your life path. That's what we're talking about. I'm a huge admirer of Swami Vivekananda. His only purpose is to awaken the people of the youth of the world. And I'm telling this because the shocking thing about this current society is uh, people are in autopilot. But the most shocking is they don't even realize it. They think that is normal. So that's what I would believe, like a modern Vivekananda is needed now. And so that's my take on community. And yeah.
Yeah, that's very admirable of you, and you got me thinking about an interesting point. Like, yeah, you cannot fake someone when you see their face, and that is a very interesting thing. I think off late, mostly in the online, in the most of the social media, they are pretty much posting things and stuff that are recorded previously. Uh, Things like that. It's not mostly current or something, I guess. And yeah, I think also the first impression people bring has some value in it, and for some reasons there are some levels of things that happen, right? So say like from India and from the other part of the world, how they present themselves is different because of their different cultures, and then some would like to look in a certain way, and it might not be the same for the other, and everyone will have some level of self doubt about how they present themselves. I guess there won't be any person who would be so confident. Even the best of the best will have some level of self doubt, and I think the other persons could be weaponizing those things, and that kind of do affect the environment that we live in, I guess. And that's why I think uh, um, more responsible people having um, in our community, like the people who are writing articles, it's their job. I'm just again telling this because it's they would be responsible because their name is in it. They know who is written it. It can be tracked down. So I think uh, when people consume the responsible people's content, I think it would be better for them, helpful for them in ways than uh, the wicked environment of social media where people try to weaponize one another. So uh, I think that's a goal for Liberty Quill, to create a better environment for people so they could grow in a better ways. And we don't want to you know force people into coming into that. People had to choose to come into our environment, and that's how our conversation online has been going on. We are trying only to help when it is necessary. And yeah, how do you think about this, and what's your take on this?
We live in the same world, but all the individuals have their world of their own. They have a lens, they have their own lens, and they see through that lens. So basically, in this world, people are not having their own opinions. Uh, they get attracted by the glitter. They see someone who is uh, at least they think they are living an affluent life, and they take their opinions and values as their own. So that's what happening here. So, what I'm thinking is the top 1% people. Definitely overrated. Come on,
Mm,
like 1% of 800 billion people in the world, it's still 80 million. That's like in Indian terms, it's an 8 crore people. That's the population of our state, Tamil Nadu. So,
mm.
that's definitely favorite. People think 1% is like wow, that's something like if, but it's easy, right, to be a part of 8 crore people. Like so, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's understandable, but what I'm trying to get is, if you're saying that the specialization is not that that doesn't match with the community building. Is that what you're saying? Like, but there is always a specialization for every kind of people, don't you think? Like, even even the top 1% that you're saying, there are different kinds of different specialized people, and they're not all the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like each people have their own lenses and they
Yeah.
see through the lenses. What
Mm.
I'm technically saying is like you can't stereotype any of them. You can't stereotype based on the gender or based on
Yeah.
the race or even based on anything. Like you can't stereotype. Each individual is unique. Uh, what I am thinking is like uh, I'm a huge admirer of Carl Jung as well. He talks about the collective consciousness.
Mm.
So, if you are like if you are meant to be an individual, why are you living in this world with 8 billion people. So we are all connected in some ways.
Hmm.
Scientifically, we are all from a same species. We all come from a single cell species. So we are all related. So people forget that now. So I would suggest like working together is the way forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, that is a nice thing and very positive outlook of life, I guess. Um, but how do you deal with the outliers of, outliers? You're saying the top 1% is outliers. That is somewhat understandable. There will be bottom 1% that who would be involved in criminal activities, and they have no understanding of ethics, I guess. So how do you differentiate the those two? If you put in everyone in the same environment, uh, it is
Yeah.
quite difficult for people to
Um.
differentiate those kind of people, right? So how do
Sure.
you
Sure. Yeah.
differentiate those two kind of people? um,
So what I would suggest is I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk as well. Like what he used to do is like he follows the first principles theory. So when he started SpaceX, people stopped him like he was they were why are you getting into rocket industry? That's like that's not a profitable. But Elon Musk, what he did is he wanted to he applied the first principles theory. Like, why is it like that? Why rocket industry is like this? Because rockets are expensive. Why is it expensive? Because rocket is a single time usable thing. So that's the fundamental. That's the first principle. So let me change that. If I make the rockets reusable, I will revolutionize this industry. So that's what he exactly did. So we can apply that same here. We have to address the root cause. I am a business analyst by profession, so that's what I do. I ask the five whys: why, 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 and why. So
mm,
that means you can reach the root cause. If you address the root cause instead of approaching the solution superficially, you
mhm.
can't change anything. Anything, I mean anything. So that's how I would see. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, the solution that you're proposing is basically you have to understand why the criminality exists, and that is a different conversation altogether, I guess. I believe sometimes, you're a nice person. Do you think similarly every other person will be a nice person, but that doesn't hold true for most of the places, and there are some bad actors always in an environment that thing that has to be either disciplined or had to be controlled, I guess. So that's why we need to be mindful of those thing, and I think that becomes an individual responsibility for everyone to take care of themselves from those harms, because there will be rash drivers always in the road, but it's us our responsibility to drive our car safely, right? So I think we are taking that route. So yeah, let's hope this uh, does bring
Yeah.
about a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, like I always have a positive outlook on life. Like, if for each person, if a single drop makes the ocean, like if you change a single person one at a time, like, we can change the entire world. That's my hope. Like, I believe like we can talk about it further and more deeply in our later conversations. But I wanted to know, like, what do you have in store for the future of Liberty Quill? I just wanted to ask this before we close. Yeah.
So yeah, in Liberty Quill, we are trying to build a community of thinkers and people who would benefit from our environment. We are providing a better environment, I believe. than what exists currently, and this would be of like a self-help environment where they could choose to be the part of this community, and that I believe would help them. And because it's an ever-changing world, it's never going to stop. And when we stop and think in terms of what's gonna we have to kind of like fix it by kind of thing, then that's a very bad place to be in, because we have nothing else other than killing each other to taking each other's stuff. I don't believe in that kind of world. I think the world will always be changing, and while always be changing, there will be opportunity for people to help one another and to grow. And those are the kind of people that we are trying to attract into our community. And I hope they choose us and take care of themselves, their environment, and thereby the whole of society. So that is our vision and mission, I guess. So let's see how it goes. And yeah, it's been a great.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a. I
you
had
have
a
more.
great time with you. Yeah, I
Mm.
had a great time discussing with you, and I really hope like we can connect like this multiple times later. And I really wish you a great success, and I hope to see Liberty Quill on soon in the top of the Google like Play Store. Um, thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, I appreciate Siddharth. It has been a really wonderful conversation with you as well. You gave me a lot of different new perspective that I didn't see this through. And this, I think, the most of the conversation I have with you are mostly enjoyable, and because you bring me a really unique perspective. And I hope we connect once again, and you have time for that as well. And let's hope this happens again. Yeah. So let's close this for now. And yeah, thank you, Siddharth, for joining us.